OPEC forecast, because it's the first forecast for next year, and they're expecting global oil demand to rise in 2023, but at a slower pace than this year. Does that align with how you see things?
Well, I think the OPEC forecast is actually a bit optimistic. Coincidentally, today, the Energy Information Administration over here issued their short-term energy outlook, and it showed growth for 2023 at just 2 million barrels a day. So we're looking at much less optimistic forecast over here than OPEC is predicting.
Now, what is the biggest risk to oil? Because we do have Russia, Ukraine, we've got China, COVID. What say you?
Well, I think the two sides of the equation are, first, on the Russian side, when the European Union bans the purchase of Russian oil, which is phased in for the rest of this year, where are those alternative supplies going to come from? So, and then on the demand side, the greatest fear, as you mentioned before, is a recession, especially in Europe, which is facing huge energy prices that really results in a significant decline in demand. And a recession in Europe then spreads to the United States and other parts of the world.
Andy, I wanted to ask you about the little tour that we have been seeing going on. You've got Janet Yellen really trying to push the price caps when it comes to Japan. You had Treasury Secretary Granholm going off to Australia and trying to talk up the price caps everywhere else. Do you think that this is something that it's going to be achievable by the G7 to institute any kind of price caps on Russia without some pretty drastic consequences?
I think it's very difficult to implement because, first of all, you need to get China and India on board to agree to cap the price that they're willing to pay for Russian oil. Meanwhile, Russia, of course, is not going to accept that. And even if there is a price cap, say, on shipping insurance or cargo insurance, I'm sure that Indian and Chinese companies would step in order to cover those shipments to those countries. So I just think it's very difficult to implement, and there's probably several ways to circumvent those price caps, whether it be direct payment to payments from Chinese government to the Russian government or the Indian government to the Russian government.